Thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host Toya, and today is Communion Sunday, which means I'm bringing to you a new vegetable that you may not have seen before, or may not have had before, or maybe you have and just didn't know what it was. So I'm going to introduce it to you, show you different ways in which you can cook it, so that you can include the deliciousness in your diet going forward. So today is no different. We have Lucinda Kale. Okay, and this is what this looks like. You may have seen it in the grocery store and be like, what is that? I'm not eating it. The nickname for this is Dinosaur Kale or Dino Kale. So again, this is what it looks like. This is what the back looks like. Kind of prehistoric, I know. You know, dark green color. So, with the stem. Now, you can take the stem off or you can leave it on. I leave it on because it doesn't bother me. I leave it on regular kale because it doesn't bother me. Now, if you didn't know, kale is actually a superfood, and one of the reasons it's a superfood is because of all the nutrients that are included in it. So when you think about your green leafy vegetables, the darker they are, the more nutrients are going to be in it, okay? The better it is for you. So with kale, because I got to look at my notes, y'all. So kale is a superfood. It is high in vitamin A for your eyes. Which means you also have to be careful. It also has a lot of vitamin K for bone strength and calcium. So anything but a lot of vitamin A and K, you want to be careful with it if you're on blood thinners. So remember that. It will help to lower your LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol. Helps to lower your blood pressure because of the magnesium, calcium, and potassium that is contained in it. And it is also high in vitamin C. And that's just some of the benefits that it has. Okay, so it's really good for you. And like I said, I'm about to show you how I cook it up. And then I got a couple of dishes that I already made that I'm going to show you guys as well. So I told you guys I leave the stems on because they don't bother me. But I do cut the very bottoms off because those sometimes turn brown. I don't know if you can see that. Well, anyway, you know how the edges are. They turn brown. So, and I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to shred. And I think the way I'm going to cook it for you guys is a water saute. Because you don't always have to. Oh, sorry, that was my bracelet. It's my bracelet that my son and his girlfriend got me. And it's a little moon and stars. So cute. But anyway. So I'm going to do a water saute because water saute is actually better for you, and it actually helps to soften this up a little more too. And sometimes with kale, you just want to massage it to kind of break up them fibers and make it a little softer, especially if you're going to eat it raw, because you can't eat this raw. So I have my pan here. I'm just going to turn the fire on. I got the right one this time too. So I'm going to get this pan hot. And I got my water here too. So once this get hot, I'm going to put it in here. And today I'm going to be seasoning it with garlic powder, black pepper, onion powder, cayenne pepper. Y'all know cayenne pepper is one of my favorites. I put it in almost everything unless I know I'm giving it to somebody who can't take a lot of heat. So watch the cayenne pepper video if you want to know why this is my favorite herb. And then I have two choices. There's Himalayan sea salt and there's the Bragg's amino acids, which is basically soy sauce. I think I'm going to be using a soy sauce because I like the flavor of it better. And I believe it contains lower sodium. Let's see, 310. Oh yeah. So this is 310 milligrams of sodium per teaspoon as opposed to 590 per quarter teaspoon. Okay, so that's why a lot of times people use the Bragg's amino acids or soy sauce or tamarin, I think is what it's called. The unpasteurized soy sauce, I think it's called tamarin. That's why they substitute it because it's lower in sodium. So as long as you're not using more of it, it's a great substitution. Okay, so my pot is hot. My pan rather. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water. And then I'm going to throw this in. All right. I'm going to just use this because it's still all kale. So I'm going to mix this up. And let me bring you over so you can see. haven't quite got the grace of this yet. Okay, there you go. All right, so you can see it's already starting to soften up and wilt down. So right about now is when I want to start seasoning it. So I got my garlic powder. I love garlic, y'all. I got my black pepper. And you can put as much of either one in as you want. My onion powder. My cayenne pepper. Mix this all up. And just let it cook down. And see how it's kind of drying out? Seasoning is sticking a little. You just add a little more water to soften it up. With the vegetables like this, I really like to water saute it better than to use oil, because to me the flavor comes out better. Another thing you could do too is you can squeeze some lemon juice in this. You can use lemon juice sometimes as a salt substitute as well. Okay, and now I'm just going to sprinkle a little soy sauce. Get this all nice and mixed. Ooh, it smells good, y'all. And like I said, I like the flavor that the soy sauce adds to it, or the Bragg's amino acids. So let that just soften some. The stems will have a little crunch to them. Again, if you don't want the stems, you can take the stems out. This looks like it is about done. So we're gonna put this out on the plate. Turn that fire off. And you see that didn't take any time at all. And then we have it. It's done. And that's the Luciano. What I call it? Dinosaur Kale. I always forget how to pronounce it. But this is a straight Dinosaur Kale. And what it comes out looking like when you saute it. Okay? And it's delicious. Now, I told you I want to show you some other stuff that I made. So this, trying to see if it'll focus. Maybe we'll turn the, there we go. So this is a combination that I made. I have shredded Brussels sprouts in here, some onions, some portobello mushrooms. I put some yellow peppers in here. And of course the Dinosaur Kale. And this is a mixture I like to use, and I'll put this on top of my grits. I've put it in pasta before. I've put it on, made my pumpkin seed scramble and included this in there with it. Just whatever you can think of, when you need to throw some vegetables in here, just throw this in here. So I like to make it and have it prepared so that I can use it later time. So that's this one. And then the other one I wanted to show you guys. Now look at this. Look at that. So this is a lentil and barley soup. So I have the onions and carrots, carrots, celery, barley, the green lentils. What else is in here? Mushrooms. I put the portobello mushrooms in here. And of course, the Dinosaur Kale, because that's what this is. And this is like one of my favorite soups. See if you can get some of that color. Look at that. Look at the color. There we go. There it focuses. Okay. So this is one of my favorite soups that I make. I probably make this maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. Okay. So I wanted to save that and show that to you guys before I put it up. But again, that is the Dinosaur Kale. So I hope you enjoyed it and that this is something that you will include in your diet in the future. because again, it adds so many nutrients to your diet, and it's so rich and good for you. Again, kale is a superfood, which means it's always good to add. And as you can see, you can throw it in anything. You can eat it by itself. You can throw it into something. And I'm telling you, just sauteing it just like you saw me do, it's delicious, okay? It's delicious. Mm. I don't understand. I love kale, y'all. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like it. I love kale. I try to put it in everything. And it's so bad I got my sister doing it. She told me the other day she sneaks it and puts it in meatloaf. And her kids still eat it and don't even notice it's a difference. But I love kale, y'all. It's delicious. But that's the show for today. Again, check out the video. It's gonna be somewhere around here. For cayenne pepper and why it's good for you. Y'all won't believe this, but I actually buy a big 10-pound bag of it. So I buy a lot of cayenne pepper at a time. Is it 10 pounds or 5 pounds? But anyway, I buy a lot of cayenne pepper and keep it on hand, so I always have it because it's great for a number of things. But again, check out the video, probably one of these sides. And again, if you like the video, share it with other people because it will help them just like it will help you. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. Happy New Year.